There, that's better. I don't know why. There we go. Now Pikachu is not fucking see-through. It's better. It's better. It's better. Okay. Here we go. Dun 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 dun. Have you seen my underwear?
The following program is rated TVMA. What you are about to watch contains explicit language, adult themes, violence, and may not be suitable for viewers under 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. What the nuts?
Welcome to What the Nuts. I'm your host, the Blue Collar Joe. And in this episode, we're going to talk about some way out shit. We're going to talk about some fucking travel advice. I ran across some travel advice. I thought I'd fucking be like, yeah, hey, that's some good shit. I should share that shit. Anyways, this is What the Nuts, a podcast where I talk about all the things that drive me nuts. I talk about numerous different subjects. There's not just one subject that I talk about. Let's see here. Let's just you know what? Let's do this. Let's just do this first. Look. So I have done a little bit of researching, right? On travel hacks. I found five good ones that I support, that, you know, right? So let's just start with hack number one. All right, we're gonna jump right into this shit. I'm gonna get right into it so you guys can know what I found. Okay, so hack number one. So you guys ever booked a flight, right? And then like, you know, you're looking at whatever website you're going to, looking for a flight, right? And so you're like, hey, let me see if I can do this on a different site, right? So you do it on a different site, right? And the price is a little bit different. And then you go back to the first site and you're like, let me check that again. And the price has changed. It's gone up, right? You know, because there's a lot of these travel sites that you can go to that will, oh, hey, you can book your motel, you can book your hotel, you can book your flight, you know, you can rent a car, right? All on one site, right? Well, if you're doing this without being in incognito mode, or like, you know, secret browser mode or whatever, then the travel websites are tracking you. So every time the price will change, because they know that you're interested in going to this place, right? So I think the last time I wanted to fly to Georgia, okay, and I was like, man, I want to fly to Georgia, but it's so danged expensive, right? Like, it was like $600 round trip, right? So then I didn't look at it for a few days, and then I went back and I was like, all right, maybe I should book the flight now, because I was trying to get in that sweet spot. There's a sweet spot too that you can find the cheapest flight, and I noticed that the price had fucking gone up. I'm like, it shouldn't have went up that much, right? Come to find out that these websites track you. So every time you look up a flight, you search multiple flights, right? The price will go up. They know you're interested. Here's the trick: always search for flights in incognito mode. All right. The second hack, okay, so that's the first hack, right? And that can save you money, right? So this one can also help you save money. Now, this second hack for booking airlines, booking flights, right, is use the airline's reward program, right? Okay, so the thing is, let's say you fly on one of the major airlines, right? And they have a reward program, but then you find out, hey, if you link or you have certain card, right, a certain um, credit card, right, and you use that credit card to purchase things, gas, food, whatever, right, just different items. Some of those cards will actually add points to the airline reward program. I have a card that does that. Everything I buy on that with that card, it ends up going to one of the reward programs I'm on. So, okay. So that's and you don't need a credit card. You don't. Hey, that's the thing. You don't need to get a credit card, but like a lot of them, they have like promotions and shit that you can when you sign up, they're like, here's 10,000 free miles, or here's 5,000 free miles, right? So, and you can use it for, like if you're shopping at their partner, let's say airline A has a partnership with rental car service B, right? You rent a car from there. Hey, the renting the car goes on to that rewards. So you don't have to just fly to get the rewards or get points. All right, so the hack number three right here, hack number 3. It's called the power of the hidden city ticketing. All right. This next one, for the more adventurous travelers out there, hidden city ticketing. You ever heard of it? Well, basically, you book a flight with a layover in your actual destination. Why? Because sometimes flights with layovers are cheaper than direct flights. Once you get to the layover city, you just don't take the connecting flight. But here's a word of caution. Don't check a bag. Because your bag will end up going to the final destination and you'll be without clothes for however long you're there. The other thing is only do this with one-way flights. You don't want round trip. I know it seems like a hassle, but I mean, if you're gonna save like a couple $100, it's worth it. It's worth it for when you fly, right? All right, so here's the thing. This other hack, I've always wanted to do this, wanted to go into the airport lounge, right? But I've never had access. I don't ever fly first class. First class people, that's like that's where they go. So this next one is airport lounge access without the heavy price tag. So apparently there's a way of getting around that if you're someone who spends a lot of time at airports. Now, I don't. I show up like an hour before and I get on my flight and go. I'm not trying to spend a lot of time at the airport, so this probably wouldn't work out for me. But airport lounges are a great way to escape the chaos. I mean, I've been to some of the bigger airports like Dallas and the one in Georgia, in Atlanta, and it's just It's like you can hardly find your way around. But so airport lounges are a great way, let's see, to escape the chaos. But they can be pricey, and if you're not flying first class, I just read that entirely wrong. My bad. What they don't tell you is that certain credit cards like the American Express Platinum and the Chase Sapphire Reserve offer free or discounted lounge access. And here's the kicker. Even if you don't have those cards, a lot of lounge offer day passes for way cheaper than you think. And here's the deal. Some of the priority pass lounges will even let you use a meal voucher or a partner restaurant inside the airport. Not only do you get free food, but you can chill in style before your flight. So that's something to think about. That's a different hack. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time in airports these days. But all right. So here's a good hack, right? Is Google Maps, right? For those of you who like travel abroad a lot and you like to explore, right? But you get over there and all of a sudden your phone service is like, "Hey man, you've exceeded your monthly allotment of data because you're not in America anymore." So this hack is Google Maps offline. So what you do is you download the map of the country, right, onto your device, right? And okay, so you don't have so yeah. You can download the maps ahead of time and use them offline. No data required. So I do that here in America because I travel to a lot of areas where there is no cell service, right? And I still need to be able to get to where I'm going. So basically, all you got to do is search for the city or the area while you're connected to a Wi-Fi, right? Tap on the download option and voila, you've got the whole area saved. You'll still be able to get directions, search for places, and navigate without using any data. You can thank me later when you don't get lost in a foreign city. Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm concerned with when I go and travel somewheres, right? Is I don't want to get lost. And like Atlanta, I can't go anywhere around Atlanta without GPS. There's no way. There is no way. All right. So that's my segment on the 5 hacks that I found on the interwebs to help you when you're traveling. All right. Okay. Let's see here. So I got a few stories this week. This week I got a few stories. Let's see here. Got a few stories. So
You're doing great, buddy.
I was trying to find that one, dang it. Anyways, thank you. All right. So electrocuted birds. My first story is, I don't know, Gizmodo. It's from gizmodo.com. It's electrocuted birds are bursting into flames and starting wildfires. So this is in Colorado. This story is basically from Colorado. Basically what's happening is these birds are fucking landing on power lines, right? And now they don't get shocked right away, or they don't, but it doesn't happen all the time. I think what it was saying was that it happens a number of times. So there was a study in 2022 where electrocuted birds caused 44 wildfires in the United States between 2014 and 2018. The study was led by Taylor Barnes, a biologist who now works for the electric utility company, EDM International. Now, Barnes wrote that the avian-caused ignitions happen when a bird sits on an overhead power line for reasons that can vary from case to case. Sometimes the bird receives a powerful electrical shock, setting its feathers on fire. The dead or dying bird then falls and on occasion lands on some brush or other flammable materials. So that's crazy. That accounts for some of the wildfires in California too. I was reading further in the article. It talks about California wildfires are sometimes caused by this same phenomena of birds being electrocuted and being caught on fire. So, next time there's a wildfire, maybe you won't blame the arsonist down the street from your house. It'll be some little bird that fucking blew up and exploded in a fiery carcass fall into the ground. I don't know.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah, that story was definitely interesting. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Definitely interesting. All right, so this one, Ontario, first domestic case of human rabies since 1967. Ontario, Canada, yo. This is straight off of Kitchener, CTV News, Canada. All right, so in a release shared on Friday, Brant County Health Unit said they believe the person was exposed to the illness while in the Calganda area of the Timiskaming region. That's a part right outside of Ontario. It's like a part of Ontario. So you guys know rabies is one of those things that it's not good for humans. It can really fuck you up. It usually spreads to humans through saliva or mucus of an infected animal, such as a bat, skunk, fox, or raccoon. And that's according to the World Health Organization. Until now, there has never been a confirmed case of rabies in Brant County since 1967. So nationwide, there have only been 26 known cases of rabies in humans since reporting began in 1924. 26. That's 100 years. Wait. Yeah, that's 100 years. Only 26. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That means folks wash their hands. All right, that's not true. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I'm not a doctor. I just pretend to be one. Let's see here. So the illness is suspected to have been acquired from a direct contact with a bat in Ontario. Okay, so they're not releasing. There's no further information on the person. Okay. Anyone who comes in direct contact with a bat, even if there is no visible bite, scratch marks, should seek immediate medical attention and begin a series of rabies vaccine doses. It's also important to thoroughly wash the area with soap and water. Didn't I just say that? Now I feel smart. Oh my God. I feel smart.
You don't need egg, you need Jesus.
I know I need Jesus. I know. Thank you. All right. So, although there's never been a documented case of human to human rabies transmission, family members and other close contact of the patient are being assessed and will be offered post exposure prophylaxis as needed. Gotta get that prophylaxis on. Prophylaxis. Whatever. All right, so this next story, this is we're gonna switch it up, right? Somebody got rabies, somebody got saved. All right. So this kitten takes a 15-mile ride in the wheel well of a search and rescue vehicle. This takes us to Oregon. This is on the UPI website. It says kitten has a new home with an Oregon sheriff's deputy after hitching a 15-mile ride in the wheel well of a search rescue vehicle. All right. I guess, okay, so they were driving, right? And when they stopped, they heard this meow, meow, right? Like real faintly in the car. They wasn't sure. And or in the truck. Should be in the truck. Okay, the truck used by its search and rescue team was flagged to be inspected for a rodent infestation after it caught the attention of a canine during a training exercise. But before the inspection could be carried out, it was called out to a home in the Vista area of the Columbia River. That truck traveled over 10 miles off freeway speeds and another 5 miles of winding roads to the call location. Wow. That freaking cat was, I mean, it's a good thing it wasn't in the motor, you know. Because I've seen what happens to cats on motors, and that's not pretty. It's just not pretty. And it's not fun to clean up either. It's not fun to clean up. Let's see here. Okay, so basically, all right, so I don't know if you guys are very mechanically inclined, but there's like a wheel well, and then there's usually in the front wheel there's like a plastic, I want to say plastic shroud over the wheel that protects the engine and from debris flying up off of the tires. Apparently, this little key cat had gotten up in there, right? So they had to pull it out, you know, get that plastic piece out of the way. And then they finally got the cat, this little kitten. He's a cute little guy, or she is a cute little guy. Little black hair, you know, short hair cat. Really cute, really cute, really cute. All right. Let's move on. We're gonna go to Oddity Central, and we're gonna go ahead and tell you about this company. Now, you guys know about the Wuhan virus, right? The virus that came out of China, right? So I guess Wuhan. I mean, I don't know much about China, all right, but I'm assuming that Wuhan is like a big like industrial area of China, because it seems to me like there's a lot of businesses in Wuhan. So this Wuhan CITIC Design Institute, a company based in Wuhan. I don't know about the province. Okay. So recently this company, right, was straight like setting its people up, setting its senior employees up so that they could fire them and not give them a severance package. Let that fucking sink in for a second. Can you imagine if that shit was going on right here in America? In China, I guess it's okay. They do that shit. But if that shit was going on here, there would be some like serious ramifications. So basically what was happening was like the higher ups, the people that ran the company good, right? Had one of their senior managers, like one of the top paid guys, lure these employees that they wanted to get rid of, right? Out to various bars and clubs, right? Oh, we need to go relax. We need to, after work, relax, right? So then, according to some of the fired employees, the tricked employees, the manager set them up with sex workers and encouraged them to interact with them. While others claim that they engaged in gambling or even intentionally lost some money to their superior. Like, you're at like a freaking card game, right? And you're gambling and whatnot. Yeah, it's illegal, but and you're like, hey, well, it's just like if you go golfing, right? You don't want to beat your boss at golf. You'll let his ass win. That way he'll keep giving you the freaking good jobs. But you beat his ass and then he's like, all right, now I'm going to figure out how to fucking fire your ass. So apparently they were encouraging these guys, these managers, to do dirty stuff, right? Just so they could fucking let them go. And then there was let's see here. So the company's tactics was fiercely criticized online, with some social media users pointing out that the terminated employees would have a very difficult time trying to find other jobs because of their record of illegal activities. So not only did the employer fire its senior employees without severance pay, but it also compromised their chances of getting other jobs. That's kind of fucked. That's not okay. That is so not okay. Although the level of trickery is rare among Chinese employers, finding ways to fire employees without financial compensation All right, sorry, I was fucking something came up on my phone. Criminal records, hoping to find any illegalities committed in the last 5 or 10 years to use as an excuse to fire them. Some go as far as faking tempting job offers from other companies to trick problematic employees into quitting. Can you imagine? Oh, bro, I got this email from this other company, man. They're a better company. They're talking about giving me more money and all this other stuff, and then all of a sudden you leave that job and you go to the other company, and the other company's like, no. You fucking liars. That's just wrong on so many levels.
Have you by any chance lost your kitty?
I might have.
No.
That's right. So anyways, I mean, that's some shady ass shit that fucking Chinese companies be doing. All right. This is also on Oddity Central. So this one takes us to Guadalajara, Mexico. Okay. So this family is going around scamming restaurants by placing cockroaches on their own plates. That's fucked up. Right? So the Porte Chale restaurant in Guadalajara, Mexico, recently took to social media to shame a family of scammers who had threatened to make a scene because of cockroaches they had allegedly found in the dish they ordered, unless the restaurant agreed not to charge them for their meal. Although confused by the incident, as the restaurant reportedly has a very strict. Remember, I said most restaurants they have a real strict. We talked about this last couple weeks ago. Yeah, we talked about this in a previous episode about how hygiene policies in restaurants. You gotta wash your hands, right? So management decided to give in to the patrons' demands just to avoid any unnecessary scandal, right? Because even if they're right, it can still come back on them, and they can get a bad review or something. So, come to find out, America is not the only place that has cameras in their restaurants. The family of four can be seen enjoying a feast at Porto Chale. That would have cost them a pretty penny. Only at one point, the blonde woman at the head of the table can be seen taking out a small container from her purse and emptying its contents onto the plate. The cockroach inside doesn't want to fall out of the container, so the woman takes a fork and tries to force the bug out. With the cockroach planet, the family calls the waiter, fakes outrage and disgust over the cockroach they themselves have planted. After complaining, then they're like, yeah, check this out, cabron. We got your ass, bitch. We got your ass now. All right. This last one. Now you guys know that I like talking about UFOs. UFOs. Right? Well, now they're called what are they called? UAPs. They're called unidentified anomalous phenomena. I guess they're not flying anymore. All right. So this report says that police across the U.S. have given new UFO handbook as they pose significant safety risk. Yeah, from all the anal bleeding going on, the prolapsed anuses and all that from all their stuff while they're taking people and probing them. All right, so there's stories in here. Like, this guide is 11 pages. I couldn't get a copy of the guide. I wanted to. So it basically, unidentified anomalous phenomena, right? It talks about law enforcement, the U.S. government, whistleblowers, UAPs in Congress, UAP and US DOD, other U.S. government and international reporting, UAP and NASA, UAP and FAA, UAP reporting mechanisms, and key takeaways. So this reference guide. Now, I might put a picture up right here on this one, because this is a reference guide, right? And it basically gives the definitions and links. I guess this is a website off of a website. It doesn't give me where the website is, though. So, the organization, which goes by the name of Major Cities Chief Associations, or MCCA, includes 80 executives from major U.S. cities that work together through community outreach, research, and policy development, and more recently, UFO investigations. Yeah, they're taking this shit serious. So there's a picture on the website here of body cam footage of a UFO in the sky after residents report seeing something 100% not human. So they call the cops. Awesome. That's freaking awesome. All right, so an officer in Blairsville, Georgia, claims to have seen green lights in the sky. So there's a lot of stories. I don't know. A lot of cops that have that work the overnight shift, that work the graveyard shift. They see a lot of shit. When I used to work overnight or driving at night, I've seen stuff. You can't explain it. Not even going to try to. But I've seen stuff. He says, I'm a police officer and a deputy sheriff. While on duty after dark near the top of my windshield, I witnessed movement in the sky. Upon concentrating my focus view through the low light, I was able to make out a triangular craft with 3 dim green lights per side, just bright enough to assess size, shape, and movement. When he lost sight of the craft as it went behind the trees, and because he was inside his vehicle, he couldn't hear anything. So he couldn't hear it or none of that. This is actually a super long article. I suggest you go check it out yourself. But this is on the Metro. You can find this article on the Metro. But I think that's going to be our show today. I want to appreciate you guys all. Appreciate all of you guys for watching. I am not the best spoken person, whatever. I just enjoy doing this. I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy explaining some of the things I've learned in my wanderings around the dark webs. Who said? Someone said that. I don't know. They said something about the web, who invented it, and all that. And I was like, okay. Anyways, that's our show. That's our show. If you liked it, if you enjoyed it, if you got this far, hit that like. Go ahead and put a review somewhere. Go see the website, right? I mean, check the website out. You can find old episodes. Website whatthenuts.com. whatthenuts.com. And I want to thank you again for stopping in and taking a listen. And we'll catch you on the next one. I'm your host, the Blue Collar Joe. And we're gone like a fart in the wind.
for me, bitch. Here I go. I heard you've been looking for me, bitch. Here I go. I hear that you're looking for me, bitch. Here I go.